What's up, ladies and gents? This is KSigKid coming at you with another Destiny video. Today we're back to talking about the Gunsmith Bounties. Yes, the Gunsmith Bounties are in the April update, and yes, they are worthwhile doing. Now, I made a video just a little while ago saying you should probably jump into these, and with the April update, they're even more relevant and even better to do. So if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and smack that like button and subscribe to the channel. Okay, so the April update's out. You've probably run into the Prison of Elders, you've probably run through the Challenge of Elders, which is really easy. You can see right here, I'm just running with my buddy Lion Dog. We're just 2-manning it, and Lion is definitely not 320 light, so you don't even need to be the recommended 320 light to get through this. It's really not tricky, at least for this week. Maybe in future weeks, we're going to have some modifier sets that are really challenging, but for this week, it's basically an all play. If you're over 300 light at all, you can run into this and start doing it. Try to get those cumulative scores, get that sigil completed, get some new gear. So maybe you're running through the Challenge of Elders, maybe you're running through Trials of Osiris, getting that new gear, that new awesome emblem, turning in those gold package bounties. Maybe you're running through the raids to get extra high light level gear, maybe you're doing the Nightfall, maybe you're doing the Shack's weekly bounties. These are all the things that you think of immediately to get your gear level up. You never think about the Gunsmith bounties, but they're so easy to do, and they're worthwhile. They're really worthwhile, because they're exactly on par as all this other stuff. And this week, it's 5 weapons that are all able to be done in PvE, and that makes them really easy. Whenever you have to take the guns into the Crucible, they're a little bit more challenging, but the PvE weapons that you have to do are really easy. So this week, you basically have to kill some Cabal, you have to kill some Vex Minotaurs, so just go to Mars and take care of those 2 things at once, right in the very first area that you spawn into. Whenever you finish that, the last 3 weapons can all be done on the Cosmodrome. For the rocket launcher, you just need to kill major enemies, so whenever you spawn into the Cosmodrome, go right where those 3 major hive are, keep spawning them in and out and killing them with the rocket launcher. You'll be good to go. If you run out of rocket launcher ammo, you can always switch to the primary weapon, which you need to use to kill hive, but there's a better place to kill hive, and I'll get to that in a second. For the special weapon, it's the sniper rifle again that you need to kill the captains, so go over to the area that we talked about for killing the captains and running in a loop for that. Afterwards, continue into that building where the captains come out of, run around towards where the Hand of Crota is, and right there, there are a bunch of hive sitting there. If you spawn in the Hand of Crota, there's even more hive. You can use the primary weapon to kill all the hive right there, and boom, you're done. So a visit to Mars and a visit to the Cosmodrome, and you're done. The Gunsmith bounties are completed, getting 250 a pop, and you can go over to Banshee. You can see what packages he has. Now, if you're at level 0 for the Gunsmith, basically you're not going to be able to get a full rank up by just doing the 5 weekly bounties. There's just not enough scores for it. But you can get yourself all ready to go for next week. And I think that's actually where I'll be sitting next week. I don't think I'll have enough points to be able to get the Gunsmith packages next week, but we'll have to wait and see. So as you can tell, obviously, we're not using the Gunsmith weapons here in this Prison of Elders. I'm actually using my arminius-d that is now light level 330. Yes, I did get a 330 weapon and decided to put it into this arminius-d, and I'm not disappointed at all. I know this type of auto rifle got a big damage nerf. As far as how they're buffing and nerfing things, if this type of rifle was supposed to get a decent buff at 0.04%, then nerfing it by 2.5% sounds to me like a pretty major nerf. But I'm honestly not noticing a whole lot, though I guess it's really not fair because in this Prison of Elders, primary weapons do get a buff, so maybe if I run around with it in another area, I'll feel the effects a lot more. But for right now, I'm very pleased with this, very pleased. And again, you can get this type of arminius-d from Banshee, just from this Gunsmith package that we're going to turn in. Now, I've actually tried the slower rate of fire auto rifles, and I didn't have as much fun with them, even in the Prison of Elders. So if you've been trying the Suros style of high-impact auto rifles, let me know what you think about them. Do you think they have potential to be a high-tier weapon? Would you use them in the Nightfall, in the Raid, in the Crucible, in the Iron Banner, in the Trials of Osiris? I don't know, I still might stick to the bullet hose, but let me know your opinions. Anyway, here we are on the Warlock, going over to Banshee to see what the first Gunsmith package I get from the April update is. And it's a Tuonela, which is nice because I know a lot of people actually really enjoyed this scout rifle. So let's see if mine actually has any type of decent perks. Well, for starters, it's 329 light, so it is definitely not a waste. And this is what I'm saying. This is why you need to do these, because look at that light level. I can infuse anything up that I want. And that's just in one shot because of the new infusion system, so that is amazing. Though unfortunately, my perks, I don't dig them. Third Eye, Quick Draw, okay. But Icarus, it's just one of those perks that's almost an instant delete for me. Almost an instant delete. I just don't like that perk. I feel like it's a waste. Quick Draw and Third Eye aren't good enough perks to make me want to keep it over anything, so the Tuonela unfortunately is going to become Infusion Fuel. It's my first new Infusion Fuel, 329, there we go. Moving on to the next character, whenever we turn in his Gunsmith package, we end up nabbing a Thessin FR4. So fusion rifles got themselves a stability boost across the board, and we're probably going to see some of them. Now I have a really good Thessin fusion rifle, a really nice one that has rangefinder, and of course a lot of stability. And you can see that this one's got stability for days, and you can even max it out. Yeah, that looks pretty nice, but again, I have one that I like even a little bit better, so I'm going to keep that and use this 328 gear as more infusion fuel. I mean, why not? More infusion fuel. So even though this weapon was decent, this fusion rifle wasn't too bad, it's going to be better used as infusion fuel in my opinion. And I'm just checking to see if I have anything on my character right now that I'd like to infuse up, and I don't, so I'm going to have to put it into my vault. Finally, on the Hunter, we end up doing our third package for the week. Whenever we turn it in, we nab a Suros PDX 45. So I know a lot of people enjoy this type of pulse rifle. I don't really have one that I use. Does this one have any good perks? It looks like it does not. No, these perks are just, these are terrible. Oh my goodness. Especially whenever you compare this to the Hawksaw that the Crucible vendor's selling. Yeah, no comparison at all. This thing is terrible in comparison. So it's going to be infusion fuel. In fact, I ended up putting it into my Touch of Malice. I know, a little bit of an odd choice, but every time I get into a raid and want to use the Touch of Malice, it always kind of brings my light level down because it's sitting at 310. So it's now going to be sitting at 327, so it really won't lower my light all that much. So did you do your Gunsmith bounties? Did you get anything good? If you didn't do it, make a little bit of time to just jump into it. Anyway, guys and gals, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, smack that like button and subscribe to the channel. Check out these awesome videos. Good luck with your raids, your drops, your Gunsmith, and I'll see you around in Destiny. High caliber infusion fuel.